Today, I want to talk about yoga outside. So this year, actually a few weeks ago, I taught my first park yoga in a park in a place called Victoria Park in Bideford, and that's in North Devon. So this park yoga is national charity, and they run free yoga classes all over UK. I think this year there are 49 venues. So there's good chance there's one near you, so you want to find out. And I teach in Bideford. That's, as I said, in North Devon. There are 3 venues in North Devon. And so I teach, so there are 21 sessions through summer. So from the first weekend, Sunday of May, until the end of September. It's every Sunday from 9:30 to 10:30. And I'm teaching 7 of them. So not every Sunday. Somebody will be there every Sunday, but I'm not teaching every Sunday. Anyway, I taught the first park yoga this year in May, and it was my first time to teach in this particular organization. And it was a little bit iffy as we started. It started to drizzle. So we weren't sure if people would come. But actually, people appeared from all corners of the park. And eventually, we had about 50 people, even in a slight drizzle. And the first half, so we did yoga even without a mat, with shoes on, standing postures only. Then second half, we stopped raining, so we put the yoga mat. And we did kind of a normal practice, and even did shavasana, relaxation at the end. So it was really, really lovely. I really enjoyed it. So today I want to talk about outside yoga. So I have been being a yoga teacher and practitioner for nearly 3 decades, but I'm very recent convert to outside yoga. It's only recent I started to practice yoga outside. I was very, very stubbornly resistant to taking yoga outside. The reason for that is very technical, because I'm really quite interested in the alignment of yoga postures, and I also quite like to practice more challenging asanas. So alignment is very important in my own practice. And also, I sometimes want to use walls for handstands and some belt and the blocks. So I need the props, and also I need the even surface, flat surface to practice. So for very technical reasons, I wasn't a great fan of outside yoga. And another reason is, of course, British weather. So there are many days when it's actually really nice to practice yoga outside. And even if it's not raining, it might have rained the day before, then in that case, the ground is wet, grass is soggy. So again, lots of different reasons I didn't like practicing yoga outside. So it's just a conditions were very rarely perfect. And so recently, 3 years ago, I moved to where I live now. But before, I had a really large garden, but I really never practiced, only practiced once. I lived in the house for over 20 years and only practiced once outside. And also I live by the beach, but again, only practice on the beach just once. But since I moved to my new small cottage, which doesn't have a garden, so I don't have any private outdoor space, I suddenly got this urge to practice yoga outside. Maybe because I don't have my own space. So I started practicing. I live opposite a village green, so I started to practice there in the summer. But the thing is, this village green is right next to the primary school, so you cannot do during the day. or even afternoon, late in the afternoon, because there are kids about. So I have to do early in the morning. So it's really short window of opportunity between the getting up before 8 o'clock. So when the condition's right, I'm just like almost jump out of bed, quickly get ready, and start practicing yoga. And I really, really love it. It's amazing thing when you so I go out and find a flat spot, so somewhere as flat as possible, and where the grass is in good condition. Ideally, it's in the sun, or if it's too sunny, under the shade of a tree. And so when you stand and when you do first sun salutation, so when you lift the arms like this, then instead of seeing the ceiling, you see the sky. And that really hit me how lovely it is. And also you see some bugs crawling across the mat. Sometimes I see rabbit. And yeah, it's really, really lovely. I also even like the fact that mat gets slightly damp, so your hands and the feet stick to the ground. And I think because yoga is such a common thing, even if people walk past, or even children walk past, they don't seem to pay any particular attention. I think once upon a time, people would have looked. So I'm really, really loving doing yoga outside. And I think it's something I will continue throughout the sunny, not necessarily sunny, throughout the warm seasons. And anyway, so this year I started teaching park yoga. So this is really continuation of the theme. And it's again quite different. So when you do yoga outside, I think the focus is different. So when you practice at home in your own mat, I work on my techniques. I try to new postures. Maybe when you come to class indoors, again, you learn new postures, new alignment. Maybe teachers come and adjust you, help you. So it's really more of a learning place if you practice at home and try to improve is maybe not the right word, but you try to really get into your practice. When you practice outside, the focus is different. It's really about being there, being appreciate the fresh air outside, being out in the open, and just enjoying each moment, each move, each posture. And park yoga, it's again slightly different because condition is not entirely to your control. So there might be kids playing around, maybe onlookers, maybe could even dogs. I had never come across, but it might be the case. So, and also maybe slightly a bit more chaotic. Maybe people come and go. Some people may leave. Again, it may rain. So you have to be adaptable. So it's not exactly the ideal condition, but the lovely thing of park yoga is communal. So you share your yoga with other people. So I see it more like a festival. So you just share your practice with your community. And that's a really, really lovely thing.